11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern on CRN.
Now, back to Silver Moments with Dr. Marcia Baltimore.
Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Marcia Baltimore from Silver Moments on CRN Talk. I wanted to ask Dr. Jean Peters, the nutritionist, a question about the Harvard study that was extended. Could you help me with that, Doctor?
Sure, please.
What happened
What
there?
was it? What was your question?
The question is the Harvard Health study, which was extended later on, the Extension Foundation. And 38% for vitamin D were less than equal to 30 milligrams, which was a previous minimum threshold. Did you know that? Did you have that information?
Yeah, I think again, there's just you're looking at the levels of vitamin D with the people that were studied. Is that
right.
what you're getting at?
Right.
Yes. See, what they're finding right now, Marcia, is that threshold is not high enough. We're recognizing right now that the ideal level for a vitamin D is even on the upswing between 50 to 70 nanograms per deciliter. So we're really going to need to go back to the National Academy of Sciences and really rethink the recommendations that have been given out to Americans. And in fact, it's not just Americans, it's people across the globe are seeing that the need for vitamin D is much greater than we ever realized. So I think
they haven't established any threshold for everybody yet, have they?
Not really, but if you take a look at Dr. Michael Hollick is the number one vitamin D expert in the world, and Michael Hollick feels that we should be dosing somewhere between 2,000 to 8,000 international units a day, depending on what your levels are, and that we should aim to get people somewhere between 60 to 80. That's what his feeling is, 60 to 80 nanograms per deciliter in their blood. And that's he feels particularly strongly about that. If you have a family history of breast cancer, colon cancer, if autoimmune disease is running your family like MS, then you definitely want to get up on the upper level of that. It's like the difference between having a C for a grade or a A+. You want to be A+. Yes. If you want to avoid all of your, some of these degenerative diseases. That's a great question. And it turns out that even adding vitamin D to your calcium supplement, the effects on your bone density are dramatic. I mean, you can actually increase or decrease your likelihood of getting fractures by 50% just by making sure that your vitamin D and your calcium are added in together.
That's great information. I wanted to share something with you that I got out of a different kind of a book. It's not Harvard, definitely. It's the Dummies Book for Healthy Aging.
Oh, great.
By the Gale Publishing Company.
Sure,
and it's fun to see that the people at Harvard and the people on the street have the same needs. Well, the first need that the people in the dummy book wrote was they are going to expect 9 million deaths from cancer in 2015, and the risk is greater as you age. Like for when you're 30 to 39, it's 1 out of 223 die of cancer. But by the time you get 60 to 69, listen to this, it goes 1 out of 27.
Sure. Yeah.
And so women at a very young age should learn to do the self-breast exam, girls. You learn how to do that in front of a mirror so you can find if there's anything there. Have to do that.
Absolutely. We're a big fan of, the earlier that women can get a thermograms have none of the risk of a mammogram, and actually you pick up people's likelihood of having breast cancer earlier in a thermogram than you do in a mammogram.
Okay,
so
good info.
Another shout out for thermograms. And
yes. Now I want to tell you about stopping to smoke. You got to stop smoke, ladies and gentlemen, if you're doing that, because that's the top thing, lung cancer. So you have to do that.
It was great to go ahead and be on the show, Marcia. Thanks so much for inviting me to speak.
I enjoyed what you said, and I'm going right back to my doctor for a reading.
Well, thanks so much.
Thank you. We're enjoying being with you, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you like Mikkel Rubin's music. That's MikkelRubin.com. And my guest, she has a wellness website, and my own is Marcia Baltimore website, www.marciabaltimore.com.
Which was most important because that was your theme. Are you tired of hearing your favorite talk radio show sound like this? What if you could hear your favorite shows in crystal clear high